Hey everyone, this is Moni Castaneda with Feng Shui for Us, and today I want to teach you how to create the ideal Feng Shui entrance. So what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to go in the first 5 minutes. I'm going to teach you the basics of how to create the Feng Shui entrance, the ideal Feng Shui entrance, so you can just have that information. And if you want to learn the why behind each of the elements that the ideal Feng Shui entrance needs to have, then keep watching and also tell me if you have what I'm mentioning that you should have to have an ideal Feng Shui entrance. So this is a painting that I painted with the purpose of it being the cover of my new book, Room by Room, Feng Shui Secrets for a Happy Life, which is available in Amazon and Kindle as a Kindle version. And so, going really quickly, for you to have an ideal Feng Shui entrance, you need to have open space in front of your door. Plenty of open space so that Qi, the life force, can come in and gather and collect. You need to have a welcome rug. If the words welcome are there, they need to be facing the people that are coming in, not the people who are leaving, right? You need to have a noticeable door, a door that is easy to locate, that when a person comes to your house, they can tell right away that's the main entrance. And it needs to have 2 guards on the sides, ideally some source of light, at least 1 or 2 sources of light, and an overhead cover. That is the ideal Feng Shui entrance. So now you got it. If this is all the time you had to watch a video, then that's all you need to know. But now I'm going to go into the why you need to have all these elements in the ideal Feng Shui entrance. So I wanted, when I did my book, Room by Room, Feng Shui Secrets for a Happy Life, available as Kindle version in Amazon.com, I wanted the experience of the person grabbing the book and opening the first page, the cover, to be like the experience of opening a door. And I wanted that door to be an ideal Feng Shui door. So that is the reason that I painted this painting. Okay, so the first thing is the space in front of the door. That is called the Ming Tang, and the purpose of this open space in front of the door is that enough Qi or the life force collects in front of your door. So let me know in the comments, do you have this in your home? Do you have open, safe space where you can stand and gather, maybe gather with a few people before you come in, or where your guests can gather before they come in? And so, do you have that? Let me know that in the comments. The second thing that you need to have is you need to have a welcome mat. Now, it doesn't have to have the word welcome on it, but if you have the word welcome, it should be facing the outside, not the inside, right? And so you need to make sure you have a rug, and this is for utilitarian reasons, so that people can wipe their feet, they can wipe their shoes on the mat before they come in. The entrance to your home should be a filter that decides what stays outside of the home and what comes in the home. And one of the things that needs to stay outside of the home is excessive dirt and gunk that your shoes may have picked up, right? And so you need to have that welcome mat. It doesn't have to be red. I just painted it red because I thought it looked good. The next thing you need to have is a noticeable door. And the classic door in Feng Shui is a red door, because the color red signifies blessings from heaven, fire from heaven. And so that's why you want, usually, a red door. But if you hate the color red, you don't have to use red. And first of all, I chose a pretty bright red for my door for my book, because it's a book cover, right? But when you're thinking about choosing the color of your door for your home, it doesn't have to be a bright red. It can be a darker red, a burgundy. Like my door personally is a crimson door, but it needs to be noticeable. And so you may hate red, so don't use red, but maybe there's a shade of yellow that you love and that would look really good with the facade of your house. Maybe it's a teal, maybe it's just any bright color that makes the door noticeable. But now a door doesn't have to have color on it to be noticeable. It can be just a beautiful door. It can be a door that has something about it, something about the design of the door that calls people's attention. Now, the symbolism of a door that calls attention to itself is opportunities and access. So in life, you need to stay open for opportunities. People need to be able to remember you, to remember what you do, and to come to you to do the things that, to ask you to do the things that you do for a living. And so the symbolism of the door is visibility. And especially if you're in business, you need to have visibility. So you want a door that is visible, either because of its color, because of its design. Now, sometimes, you may be renting a space and you are not allowed to have to paint your door, but you could have things that are colorful next to the door, right? And so tell me in the comments, tell me if you have a welcome mat. Tell me if your welcome mat has the word welcome on it, and if the word welcome is facing the outside. And also tell me in the comments, how noticeable is your door? What color is your door? And if it's not a noticeable enough door that you could see easily from the street, what do you think you could do to improve that? So again, you could have colorful plants or colorful garden art or flags next to it or wind chimes. Now, the next thing you need to have is the guards on the sides of the door. And usually, traditionally, what we do is we do a couple of nice planters with beautiful plants, and we want some of that to be colorful. So you can either have colorful flowers with a neutral color planters or pots, or you can have very colorful pots, or it could be several colors or just one color with evergreens. That's what we do. And so tell me in the comments, do you have these? Do you have these guards on the sides of the door? So this makes me think about Buckingham Palace, right? Where you always have the guards on the sides of the door. And so this is very symbolic. The symbolism for this is protection. So moving on, right? You're going to have at least one, ideally two sources of light next to your door. And this is for safety and also for being noticeable. At night, if you have a light by your door, it's easier for people to find your house. And it is safer for you when you come home and you have to open the door, you have to reach for the keys, I'm sure you have experienced this of trying to find the right key when it's dark. So you need to have a light next to the door for safety and also because it attracts notice to your main door. And so those are the main elements. Now you tell me, do you have something, do you have a light next to your door, and is the light bulb working? Because a lot of times people will have a beautiful light fixture next to the door, but the light doesn't work. And so another thing is the overall impression of your door needs to be something that a toddler would be drawn to. So if you can imagine, a mom or a grandma or a caretaker walking down the street with a toddler holding their hand, if that toddler would pull towards your house because there's something so attractive near your door, then you have really good entrance feng shui. And so you need to have something that will be attractive to a child, a 2-year-old. And so this can be the combination, the combination of colors, plants. It could also be as having some garden art, something that a child would like to see. It could be a colorful flag, or it could be wind chimes. It is not essential to have wind chimes, and it is not essential to have something that moves, but it is very helpful to have wind chimes and to have something that moves. Now, I tell you, something that happens in our household is that our door faces the direction where all the storms come from. So whenever there's a storm, hard rain or wind, it hits from that direction. And then, when we used to have a wind chime, the wind chime would go like it'd be really, really loud, and it would get tangled. And so we cannot have a wind chime out there because we can't always remember to go take it down when there's a storm. So in our case, it's not ideal to have a wind chime. But if you can have a wind chime, have a wind chime. Metal is the best, but you can also have bamboo. Now, metal is the best for the entrance. For other areas of your yard, other materials are better, but for the entrance, metal is a really good material. If you could have something like a mobile or a flag, it's also very, very good feng shui. So let me know, do you have a mobile or a flag? And if you feel called to do so, just take a picture with your phone and post the picture in the comments, and you can show me how your entrance, what your entrance is like. And now the last element of an ideal feng shui entrance, again, this is the painting that I did for my book, Room by Room, Feng Shui Secrets for a Happy Life, available on Amazon. You need to search for my name, my full name, Monica P. Castaneda, Room by Room book. And so the last component is a roof, some covering over the door. This can be a porch. If you have a porch, you naturally have something covering the top of your door. It could also be a portico type entrance. It could be an awning that you have added after the fact, but some kind of protection. There's two reasons for this. One is just common sense. If you do not have some kind of overhead protection, if it's raining, you're going to get drenched while trying to open the door. So overhead protection protects you from the rain. And also, in the summer, if you don't have some kind of overhead protection, something casting shade for at least part of the day, then your doorknob gets so hot it's almost impossible to touch. That before, our house did not have an overhang or a porch, so we added a porch. And before we added the porch, I sometimes had to pull let me show you what I had to do. I would pull my sleeve or grab something from my bag to open the doorknob, because it would be so hot that if you reach for it, it would burn you. And so that's the one reason, the common sense reason, to have an overhead protection over your door. But another reason is symbolic, symbolic of when you come home, you don't have to face the threats that you have to face outside of the house. So the door is a filter. It's a filter that does not allow the energies that are only positive outside of the house to come into the house. And so this is what I want to share with you today. And in the future, I will do a similar video where I'm going to show you the elements of the perfect foyer, and I'm going to show you the painting that I did to represent an ideal foyer, the perfect foyer. And so I hope that you have learned a little today about how to create the feng shui ideal entrance. Again, the summary, right? Open space in front of the door, a welcome mat, a noticeable door, guards on the sides, lights next to the door, and an overhead protection. And if you can, something that makes a sound like a mobile, like a wind chime, and something that moves with the wind. It could be, again, a mobile, a windsock, or a flag. And so that's what makes an ideal feng shui entrance. Let me know in the comments, how ideal is your entrance? What do you have? What is missing? And what changes you could make. Again, my name is Moni. I'm a feng shui consultant. What I do is I help people turn their current homes into their dream homes, so they can start living their dream lives and realize their full potential. My vision for you is that you learn to live a life that you love in a home that you can be proud of. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.